Do you need a hand?
No, I don't. Go back to your training. I'll call you if I need someone useless.
Is there some problem? I was only offering to help.
Problem? No, no problem. Just wondering how long you're planning to stick around.
For as long as she needs me, of course.
How heroic of you. Well, she doesn't need you. In fact, we were doing just fine until you showed up.
Actually, there are times when it seems you could use some help.
Always with the details, aren't you? You can't fool me. You have some agenda, spying on her, always keeping your eye on her.
No, I don't. I simply admire her. She has many qualities worthy of respect, and a strength that matches her beauty. Surely you've noticed.
Yeah, and I noticed first. Get it? So cut it out. And another thing, stop being all noble around her in your big hero way. She sees right through your little act. She likes honest guys, not guys who run around being unselfish and heroic all the time.
I thought she was the hero. Is there? Must be hearing things, but for a moment.
Cara gundo remin.
Jedi. Jedi. Betrayer. All thoughts of me will slide from your vision, from your mind, like water. You know who I am, but you will be unable to voice it, to remember it. What does a Jedi see? Only what I allow them to see.
Well, here we are, the smuggler's moon. It's the gaping maw of Nal Hutta, swallowing all the cargo and spaceport thugs the galaxy has to offer. Mandalorians, mercenaries, war veterans, and pilots from the Mandalorian Wars and the Jedi Civil War ended up on Nar Shaddaa, from all sides of the conflict. When the last war ended, there was no place left for them to go. Nar Shaddaa's a rough place and easy to get lost in. Or for someone to get lost. If we wanted to keep out of sight from the Sith for a while, you couldn't pick a better spot. It means glorious jewel in Huttese, but don't let that fool you. It's the central breeding grounds of the Hutts. Nar Shaddaa orbits it. Nal Hutta's as slimy as the Hutts. Lots of swamp and bloated gas. It's where those slugs reach out and grab chunks of the galaxy. Trust me, we're not going to go anywhere near the place unless we want to be washing the stink out of our clothes for the next few years.
It might take longer than that for some of us.
You spend all day thinking up that joke? Maybe you and Beodur should start a circus.
I fail to understand the reference, though I doubt your explanation would prove worthwhile.
Yeah, some came looking for work running freight and cargo. Still, there's only so many ships to go around and so many workers, so others lend their weapons to the Hutts in the exchange. It's become a prime base for raider recruitment across the galaxy. It won't be easy. There's so much traffic on Nar Shaddaa, finding anyone on the moon's surface is going to be hard. We're going to touch down in the refugee sector. There's a lot more traffic there, and it's harder for people to spot you coming in, or find you once you arrive. Anyone flying the Star Lanes has docked on Nar Shaddaa at least once. I wouldn't want to live there, and I doubt anyone does by choice. Not everyone who came to Nar Shaddaa were soldiers. A lot of worlds were destroyed by the Mandalorians, and the Jedi. Left a lot of people wandering the galaxy. Shouldn't be too hard. There's so much traffic on Nar Shaddaa, finding anyone on the moon's surface is going to be hard. We're going to touch down in the refugee sector. There's a lot more traffic there, and it's harder for people to spot you coming in, or find you once you arrive. Not everyone who came to Nar Shaddaa were soldiers. A lot of worlds were destroyed by the Mandalorians, and the... I've plotted a course for the refugee sector, and we should touch down within the hour. Once we're down, we should finally be able to breathe easy. There's no way anyone's gonna find us here.
You have heard that the Jedi comes to Nar Shaddaa. While she walks upon the smuggler's moon, she is not to be harmed. Observe her, track her, but do not eclipse her movements, or I shall eclipse yours. You must, because one Jedi attracts others. It is the way of things.
Do what Chosimu poendo rakawa ichi rendumu mopa ramakawa na abawasi. Yukroren wan mapusichi nolara.
Honto no saka, jita bedwana maticha, kichu no kada mirenito. Renfiloso ni heku chupa naret atamakcha.
Taranamo sibu endasarans, krema sunkun ratungala, chawi mo jubu inkosoracha. Bo mababe wanto susintu mukarata. Tu es rectonatada ber mabar chokto. Torenibu inturata sisi me burokra.
Request. If Goto's vessel is no longer neutral ground, inform us so that we might initiate assassination protocols and commence firing at once.
Kavadumpe masura kul popayi botenya tachimurota kamsa. Javaskobo sabjo, rijiso karvenokso. Mochito sasa grindeyo. Kichu no kada mirenito. Renfiloso ni heku chupa naret atamakcha. Dahupo boteño go jucho picha, gwem taba ni sochu, norotoga proto lalashishi, jubadosa jibacha, ratak mansan, dokosha na chitolo.
Observation. Jedi follow the self-destructive path of pacifism and tolerance. They will not attack first.
Doveri nincha, yonona shitasa chuch. Doveri nincha, yonona shitasa chuch. Goli rosodish, ranta kras mobas.
Ah, the beautiful stench and decay of desperate living.
This moon, it teems with life. It is difficult to center oneself.
Never have I been to a place so alive with the Force, yet so dead to it. The contrast is like a blade.
Welcome to Nar Shaddaa. Towering buildings kilometers high and miles deep, with canyons so wide you could have a dogfight in them. Word of warning, watch where you step, or you'll fall for hours. No, but I forgot to tell them we were landing. The refugee sector's a dead zone. No one cares too much who flies in and out of here as long as they're not carrying cargo that the Exchange or the Hutts might want a piece of. Maybe a little, but landing here means we didn't have to transmit our ID signature. You know what trouble that always brings. In fact, while we're here, we should get those signatures changed. Wouldn't make us such a target when we enter a new system. All right then, let's move out. Where are we headed exactly?
It does not matter where we go. If what we seek is here, we shall come upon it in due time.
Yeah, if you want to stay on the ship and meditate some more, don't let us stop you. Well, that means finding either a bounty hunter, a ranking member of the Exchange, or someone willing to talk, none of which are too appealing. Bounty hunters in the Exchange are going to want to shoot you, and someone who is willing to talk to anyone, which means trouble.
The bounty is a waste of our efforts. All that matters is the Jedi. The intentions of the thugs of this moon are of no consequence.
Forgive me, but these bounty hunters pose a threat to her. Their persistence is unusual, and if they're not stopped, one of them may prove lucky.
I agree. They're nothing more than a distraction. But even a distraction may prove fatal at a critical moment. We must protect her.
If you are so certain of your path, then do what you will. It makes no difference.
It's up to you. There's bound to be someone in the sector willing to spill their guts for a credit or two.
Finding a Jedi, or anyone else touched by the Force here, will be difficult. The mass of people, the rush of their emotions. It makes detection difficult. But this moon does not get any smaller while we wait. This sector is as good as any place to begin our search, so let us begin.
Well, if we're gonna search a moon of a few billion inhabitants for one Jedi that even our own can't sense, might as well start as soon as possible. Alright, if you have any questions, just ask. We should be able to leave the ship here as long as we want. No one supervises these landing pads anymore.
You! You there!
Uh-oh.
What's with you? Letting that piece of junk sink its struts into my landing pad! It'll be fine where it is. Yeah, I guess you're right. And by right, I mean you're wrong. Telling me it'll be fine where it is. What, you think I'm stupid? I got another ship coming in, and unless you want that piece of junk's hull crushed flat, you better move it. Got it? Yeah? Right now, all I'm hearing is talk. How much you offering? Done! Pleasure doing business with you. I got some visitors booked for your space, but I'm sure the two of you can work it out when they arrive.
The honor is mine.
No! Look, you can't keep us trapped in the refugee sector. We can't survive there. You've got us locked in.
Just say the word.
Thanks for your help. They would have crippled me for sure. Well, they work for the Exchange, for a Quan named Visquis. He's looking to step up in the Exchange. The only language the Exchange respects is money, so Visquis is trying to increase his profits by using the refugees here in Nar Shaddaa as a cheap labor force. We're only good to him as slaves and merchandise. He wants to keep us in one place, so he can control us. That's always been the way. Well, except lately. You don't. He comes to you. If he's got reason to. Either because you can help him out, or because you're making trouble. Either way, it's not a good thing. The Exchange has been clamping down on the refugee sector hard, and I've no idea why. They've started kidnapping people, hurting others, but there seems to be no reason to it. Whatever your reasons, thanks.
I saw what you did to those Exchange thugs, stranger. Can you spare a few credits, maybe help another refugee in need? Thank you, stranger. I won't forget your kindness.
Why did you do such a thing? Such kindnesses will mean nothing. His path is set. Giving him what he has not earned is like pouring sand into his hands. And would that be a kindness? What if by surviving another day he brings a greater darkness upon another? The Force binds all things. The slightest push, the smallest touch, sends echoes throughout life. Even an act of kindness may have more severe repercussions than you know or can see. By giving him something he has not earned, perhaps all you have helped him become is a target. Seeing another elevated often brings the eyes of others who suffer. And perhaps in the end, all you have wrought is more pain. And that is my lesson to you. Be careful of charity and kindness, lest you do more harm with open hands than with a clenched fist. Good. Mind what I have said. Use your power, but in its proper place.
Spare a few credits, friend. Much appreciated, friend. Life's hard in the refugee sector, and this should go a long way to helping. All right. I don't know much beyond the refugee sector here, but I can share what I know. Jedi Master? There aren't any Jedi Masters in the galaxy, let alone on Nar Shaddaa. This place is a cesspit, with the Exchange and the Hutts stabbing their claws into everything. But you know, I did hear something about a bounty on Jedi, though. Something the Exchange posted. Doesn't matter, though. Aren't any more Jedi around, so no one's going to be collecting that bounty. This sector's filled with refugees from the Jedi Civil War, and even as far back as the Mandalorian Wars. Refugees and war veterans both, and anyone else who was rendered homeless by the war. The Jedi destroyed planets across the galaxy, and here's where the wreckage ended up. That's two names for one thing. It's difficult to tell in the crossfire, and the Sith were led by Jedi. In the end, it didn't make much difference. Look, one other thing. It's obvious you're new around here. I can tell it just by looking at you. Nar Shaddaa can be a rough place, and easy to get lost in. If you want, I can keep an ear out for you. Let you know if I hear anything. I'll do that then. I'll come seek you out if I hear anything I think you might want to know.
And what did she want?
Just answers to some questions. Asked about a Jedi Master of all things.
Really? Interesting.
Geraktada cemense bengar rukutoto unde juju amataso benkish manensetse. Fela dibono ta monikranaktada. Tere wana jun konata dela raguno antuna. Dai rento ron kawrekare papanara ranshinga. Terache wemeno totorere senesensen. Charanana gundoso remina ke lorakto guru katada. Fela tora pada no ringatel camarada tel fibu nubu de veterana cenirara. Tere wana jung konata dela raguno tuna. Dai rinto run kawre kare papanala ranchinga. Terace wemenoto torere sene sensen. Tere wana jung konata dela raguno tuna. Dai rinto run kawre kare papanala ranchinga. Terace wemenoto torere sene sensen. Der rinto run to wakare kwe wap gerebu. Nenso telepachan korsada nane gra dalonuta choloren. Dosane gravalantro kwe wapa teratana chingaradana. The bounty hunters have been laying low recently, like they're waiting for something.
Graci ubaci kompadwana muska na boska wamba. Gavadumba munsuru kuplaliyawa bo bagaragawanda yaitua ulwanjiuma. Bornacinin sopa maranka wongo kumbiaste. Tonga buga shame zanini chonkai chitera ritsa sabata. Dovrei kun mili vuosa slima po wanga sawana mucha. Tiumpe, dove punta crita zino mulera nipono. Watakla tungji, mularayi mula kritiriti krakolo mebosa. Kawana bota yunta tanga kinamatura. Tayaita, ta bosananansata.
Malampas tarawando krimogawan. Kurmaka trakta veshambash. Joroga komoshi, juto manshi dakajim. Jono yurturanga chili ita. Vamos limo podan mawanga kun bis mula rabest. Bane sokokran, jorga mata storch ban locha.
Jun soba me rapa, no kuma randisa mak chiksa. Kucha bak tong kinka mata kata. Chopa wanga kun not kat yutka kes.
Mogachi nota harembe wanachi, drumpaba nakares magre. Kavadumpa ku papa yi mokata. Yuzuta monorcha das. Noma inso dizuka. Da upo botenyo go jucho picha. Gwen taba ni sochu. Norotoga proto lalashishi. Juba dosa jibacha. Ratak mansan. Tokosha na chitolo. Takam tuchis miku mogo graba. Kechichul ida hodanga. Mi paden, tuning tachu kun ni best, kavadumba ku. Kavadumpe masura ku, popayi botenya, tache morota kamsa, javasko bo sabjo, rigiso karvenokso, mochi tosasa grindeyo. Kavadumpe masura ku, popayi botenya, tache morota kamsa, javasko bo sabjo, rigiso karvenokso, mochi tosasa grindeyo. Kavadumpe masura ku, popayi botenya, tache morota kamsa, javasko bo sabjo, rigiso karvenokso, mochi tosasa grindeyo.
Sunaranga machochane, dota lutu. Pado krem so chiche no, shi wendido, dron tite yoba, morata gomana, kova chokchi, moskali, miki mokba moka.
Donina chiwa, kota wind, porka nocha watama. Kavadumpe masura ku, popayi botenya, tache morota kamsa, javasko bo sabjo, rigiso karvenokso, mochi tosasa grindeyo. Kavadumpe masura ku, popayi botenya, tache morota kamsa, javasko bo sabjo, rigiso karvenokso, mochi tosasa grindeyo. Mogachi nota harembe wanachi, drumpaba nakares magre. Kavadumpa ku papayi mokata, yuzuta monorcha das, noma inso dizuka. Da upo botenyo go jucho picha, gwen taba ni sochu, norotoga proto lalashishi, juba dosa jibacha, ratak mansan, tokosha na chitolo. Kawanabota atagwa kanka diwa, yutaka alwanji umalipa, tues mahawika si wawanta mo gu ika wansoba, wakama nurawa.
Jun soba me rapa, no kuma randisa mak chiksa. Kucha bak tong kinka mata kata. Chopa wanga kun not kat yutka kes.
Da upo botenyo Mogachi nota harembe wanachi, da upo botenyo Kavadumpe masura ku, popayi botenya, tache morota kamsa, javasko.
Mokakam. Taranamo Sibu and Dasarans, Krema Sunkun Ratungala, Chawi Mo Jubu and Kosoracha. Taranamo Sibu and Dasarans, Krema Sunkun Ratungala, Chawi Mo Jubu and Kosoracha. Donos Imaragith, Wanarakorachi Drumta Sa Inchobin Sasha, Tosimana Rachata. Moka Kamaran and Doso Ran with no Chabi. Tu Rantamana Sobu. Taranamo Sibu and Dasarans, Krema Sunkun Ratungala, Chawi Mo Jubu and Kosoracha. Taranamo Sibu and Dasarans, Krema Sunkun Ratungala, Chawi Mo Jubu and Kosoracha. Taranamo Sibu and Dasarans, Krema Sunkun Ratungala, Chawi Mo Jubu and Kosoracha.
Dahupo botenyo go jucho picha gwemta.
Please, look, I already paid the exchange what I have. But oh, look! Here's the one with your credits. About time. Look, these gentlemen are getting impatient. Are you crazy? That was exchange muscle. When they hear about this, they'll come back a dozen strong and tear you limb from limb. All right. What'd you want to know? Jedi Master? Are you crazy? There aren't any more Jedi running around, let alone Masters. But you're serious, aren't you? All right, well, look. If I were a Jedi, I'd be where I could help people. As for where that happens on Nar Shaddaa, I have no idea. The bounty hunters don't have any one place where they stick around. Best thing I can tell you is if you want to find one, get a bounty on your head and then wait. Are you serious? All right. I must be doing something right for you to come along and bail me out like you did.
Such acts have their own strength about them. I had forgotten. Principles of sacrifice and charity. These are things I have not seen in some time. I'm afraid that it will weaken you for what comes. But I have said enough, and you do not need my counsel. Your actions should, as always, be your own.
Sarda chornilo tabe duana mataka nus dogulupan. Daka prota gocha jarkomati sochpan lorcha. Yota chisa barinish.
Thoughts are disturbed. I can feel them from a great distance, like a shiver running through you. It is Nar Shaddaa, the true Nar Shaddaa that you feel around you. It is this moon, with the metal and machines stripped away and the currents of the Force laid bare. I'm surprised you can feel it. I feared the damage to you had deadened you to such perceptions. What you feel is the echo of the minds of these creatures within the Force, their anger, their greed, their desperation. It is life. One might as well heal the universe, but such manipulation is possible, yes. It requires that one be able to feel the critical point within the fractured mass, and know how to strike it in such a way that the echoes travel to your intended destination. Not in the sense you understand it. The ability to fool the minds of others, to dominate them on a massive scale that you speak of, is not achieved best through raw power. Manipulation is done through propelling events, or selected ones, into motion. It is done through teaching, through example, and through conviction. And the greatest of victories are not manipulations at all, but simply awakening others to the truth of what you believe, of hearing it echoed around you in life. But let us be silent. Words and thoughts are distractions. Feel this moment, for as long as it will last. Feel life as it is, with the crude matter stripped away.
Tonos Emeragith, Wanarakorachi Drumka sa Inchobin Sasha, Tosimana Rachata. Tonoranga Manakaran, Ipo Inshawa, Moka Kamaran Endoso Ranwi no Chabi, Du Rantamana Sobu, Moka Kamaran Endoso Ranwi no Chabi, Du Rantamana Sobu. Febko Emarayam Gawata Situ Insula Rakarakachata, Tamaso Kinchuda Wanka, Mopi Unawana si Chokoratawa. Tonos Emeragith, Wanarakorachi Drumka sa Inchobin Sasha, Tosimana Rachata.
Nishasa Achutu Jurun Maba Kodu Soto Mekogariti Jacolo Mebomas Machitu Pachama Chalawaba Dona Sinto Norakipa Shakani Koparodunga Nimisindo Shoka Mushka Metorundi Juba Memesing Ratzakman Rata
Tonoranga Manakaran, Ipo Inshawa. Dawa Josimu Poendo Rakawa, Ichi Rendumo Paramakawana Abawasi. You Kroren Wan Mapusiti Nolara. Loka Kamaran Endoso Ranwi no Chabi. Du Rantama. Tonora. Dawa Josimu Poendo Bomababe Tonora Tonoranga Manakaran Ipo Inshawa Bomababe want to susintu mukarata to Esrectonatada Bear Machabi Doko Tarana mo sibu endasarans. Krema sunkun ratungala. Chawi mo jubu inkosoracha. Donos emeragith. Wanara korachi drumta sa inchobin sasha. Tosimana rachata. Dawachos. Dawat.
Graci ubaci kompadwana muska na boska wamba.
Relieva con Mendoza. Mancho Carlema con Jorre Bimasa. Ifrekundashi pleegde Simmerunchore Krennu.
Nora hagwa buska yokolo alaubaka.
Hara hinemas pemadana hisnasta hiha. Charno kutos nirema keras. Karanaraka keratas mendicirana. Tratosaton.
Hey, I saw that ship you flew in on. My ship.
Your ship? I'd lay off the spice if I were you. That's our ship, not yours.
Was I talking to you? I tell you that ship's mine. It's the Ebon Hawk, isn't it? She was stolen from me during a routine run in the Mid-Rim, near the close of the Mandalorian Wars. So, you admit it's not yours. How did you come by it anyway? Who did you buy it from? We'll see about that. Watch yourself. Nar Shaddaa can be a rough place.
Let me shoot him in the back. No one has to know.
Dovere nincha, yonona shitasa chuch. Wanatu mobayes? Dorcha no bankani honkades?
Torsenda winoto.
Tono tucha? Tocha ramakaka musuran kana.
Du noka herete pachasa borta. Kristocha wentense me punta. Lorcha wata nyuma ni. Hodanga nyuma des. Dak bota no chi tagwa ita.
Mashni manina mashna wala huna kime wat kanina na rabdishna ba dak dikdishne
Jun sobe me rapa. No kuma randisa mak chiksa. Kucha bak tong kinka mata kata. Chopa wanga kun not kat yutka kes.
Marashni wala kanibinishni midibinishna pastishni wa nyataurna nibenenok narode wak manura benidalanish.
Wamba siso misum kun rakawakta. Nushka wana sochi rona bang mamakan.
Hara hinemas demadana hisnasta hiha. Maniwak na hana hiya ha naure demoni much.
Wamba siso misum kun rakawakta. Nushka wana sochi rona bang mamakan.
Mashni manina mashna wala huna kime wat kanina na rabdishna ba dak dikdishne narabut. Marashni wala kanibinishni midibinishna pastishni wa nyataurna nibenenok narode wak manura benidalanish. Mashni manina mashna wala huna kime wat kanina na rabdishna ba dak dikdishne narabut.
I hear you. Wait here.
Tarachomo sincho kavavolpa muliji kumanaminta barawamba michedos. Kawana bota yunta tanga kinamatura. Tayaita ta bosananansata. Unta chiwita inka kikraya na chawanga kone. Dovrei kun mwili wosa slima po wanga sawana mucha. Kawana bota yunta tanga kinamatura. Tayaita ta bosananansata. Dahupa bosa kurata go jujuto yoke. Hiata yamba wajiake yukito tune. Ta come tak playa justing miki gongo beaste. Kun grabila king no mulara kichi kuta grasa kisha. Que chubo grayo bog no cada itapa titsa dong merinita. Kavadumpa munsuru kupla liyawa. Bo bagaragawanda yaitua ulwanjiuma.
No.
Tinor krelun. Conferento kring banokrok nixerento doncha morbansum. Dovrei kun mwili wosa slima po wanga samoana mucha. Chone murlera, tonkinge bano jansaka nikaraska, tancha nik mawimbo kranda mi bilan. Ta come tak playa justing miki gongo beaste, kun grabila king no mulara kichi kuta grasa kisha.
Do not volunteer me so easily. There are certain favors that I would not perform even for you, and especially not for a hut. Find another way. Yes, that will be fine.
Tong hite mosi jochia yumba ditawa e bawa tone ruta. Dovrei kun...
So, you have the look of a seasoned spacer about you. What backwash are you looking for? Well, honestly, there's not much for people like you and I to do around here. If you, catch my meaning. Well, our kind isn't exactly the majority on this planet. Well, there is plenty for them to do. The Pazak Den, swoop races, the Jek Tar, they're pretty much taken care of. Now there's a place that's literally deadly for our kind. Jek Tar is a bar filled with cyanogen gas. It's poisonous to you and I, but the aliens drink it up and pay good money to do so. The cyanogen gas also acts as a social buffer, since the people who typically frequent Jek Tar aren't interested in speaking to the likes of you and I in the first place.
Chuba boska dwana, chichuba muska. Dovre gavad. Kawana bota yunta tanga kinamatura. Tayaita, ta bosanan hansata. Tong hite mosi jochia yumba ditawa e bawa ruta. Tonino ba pinko neyaka. Chuba picha, tuna yuma mochinawa. Kawana bota yunta tanga kinamatura. Tayaita, ta bosanan hansata. Kawana bota yunta tanga kinamatura. Tayaita, ta bosanan hansata.
Watagritog jimulira. Nicho dankanau.
Kawana bota yunta tanga kinamatura. Tayaita, ta bosanan hansata. Ento mes mi paju, watamincha yokolondo ado nukulabirawa. Tines un soto.
My
Just
life
say the
is
word.
yours.
Krotonoranga manatandi goroto. Mopiuna wana si chin si wano bush. Krotonoranga manatandi goroto. Mopiuna wana si chin si wano bush. Nunchka wana si cho rana bamanga kan. Mopidawa jo si muchuto. Tanto todos, tumukarata. Miranga naroto, dosi mana rachata. Kroto no ranga manatandi goroto, mopiuna wana si chin si wano bush. Kroto no ranga manatandi goroto, mopiuna wana si chin si wano bush. Chabi, Bragichisa. Kroto no ranga manatandi goroto. Mopiuna wana si chin si wano bush. Nunchka wana si cho rana bamanga kan. Mopidawa jo si muchuto. Tanto todos, tumukarata. Miranga naroto. Dosi mana rachata.
Oh, looks like the Jedi raised their standards. Hanhar, I thought I smelled something.
I've told you before, hunt your own targets. Don't scavenge mine. What, working for the Hutt suddenly made you stupider, Hanhar? You touch me, you'll break the truce, and then you won't last long enough to slip off this moon. Hanhar. I'm warning you. I don't want your life dead, Hanhar. I told you. Yeah, you're right. I'm afraid. I'm afraid if you keep crushing me, I'll accidentally set off my rocket charges and blow us both to Nal Hutta. I'd rather die than be caught by you again, Hanhar. The honor is mine.
Just say the word. Wait here.
My life for your... I will...
Not a very good idea, entering a Mandalorian's room uninvited. Why don't you back up to the point where you were standing outside the door and rethink your decision? You've got some guts, don't you? All right, you've earned it. What do you want? Enjoy yourself.
Autononsa nonna, dovrei chubabash, get rishunko, jova ninja jimba, taksi treduju triduju pitie, prim taba nin soju. Rishunko, jova ninja jimba, taksi treduju triduju pitie, prim taba nin soju. Rishunko, jova ninja jimba, taksi treduju triduju pitie, prim taba nin soju. We non sacrate, rotota de jalawara kunsa zoto, chubatone king chuba mi, zoko goche, tichike chusu mogodabra, grabe jusai kering iwiti hong doga. Hoto non sa nona. Marikun. Rishunko, Jova, Ninja, Jimba, Paksi, Treduju, Trijuju, Pitie, Printaba, Nin Sochu. Marikun King Honka, Namkumbo.
The honor is mine.
Tanto todos, tumukarata. Mayranganoroto, dosimana rachata. Dosokachi, kawana abawasi. Tenanjara, tomachunga, karota. Dosokachi, kawana abawasi. Nunchka wanasicho ranabamangakan. Mopitawa josi muchuto. Tanto todos, tumukarata. Mayranganoroto, dosimana rachata. Dosokachi, kawana abawasi. Kroto no ranga manatandi goroto. Mopiuna wana si jinsi wano bush. Tanto todos, tumukarata. Mayranganoroto, dosimana rachata. Nunchka wanasicho ranabamangakan. Mopitawa josi muchuto. Posa non chirinta masukin kulawanka. Posong chinsun mi karanga do maichonga. Tu es recto na tu insula raka raka chat. Tanto todos, tumukarata. Mayranganoroto, dosimana rachata. Kroto no ranga manatandi goroto. Mopiuna wana si jinsi wano bush. Posa non chirinta masukin kulawanka. Posong chinsun mi karanga do maichonga. Tu es recto na tu insula raka raka chat. Nunchka wanasicho ranabamangakan. Mopitawa josi muchuto. Dosokachi, kawana abawasi. Dosokachi, kawana abawasi. Minsukre masukun ratungala. Merontono junsara garoto. Minsukun rakawata. Poendo rakamana sobu. Dosokachi, kawana abawasi.
Bundas stärker, bundas är helfatser, vi bundas. Men bundas, hoisidan kelfa, vapuilta, kelfa vadinokan kelfa. Men bundas, hoisidan kelfa, vapuilta. Sidan kelfa vadinokan kelfa. Linda Krufta. Rentundas, hoisidan kelfa, vapoilta. Kelfa vadinokan kelfa.
I don't know who you are, but you picked the wrong room to break into. No harm done. For a minute, I thought you might have been someone else. My wife, Ada. There's a chance she may be here on Nar Shaddaa. A lot of refugees ended up here after the Jedi Civil War. I came here to see if I could track her down. Thing is, I can't get into the refugee sector. And even if I could, I'm not sure I could find her. I've been here for weeks, hoping to see her face. All I've done is watch my credits burn away to nothing. The Exchange has got the place barricaded with thugs. They're putting the squeeze on the whole sector, trying to crush the spirit out of the remaining refugees. Now I'm almost cleaned out. I burned the last of my fuel and my freight just getting here. The Exchange promised me a job shuttling freight via cargo cruiser, and I'm close to taking them up on it. Yeah? And what's it gonna cost me? Well, I'm not gonna turn away an offer of help. All right, stranger. If you can find her, then you'll have my thanks.